Here is my Lego room. Lego room. Here's a general overview. And then we'll go one wall at a time. So I've got a little storage and a work table on this wall. You can see this is the standard kind of Sterilite drawers. I just got them so they're not labeled yet. Still deciding what goes in there. This is just tubs with custom labels that I made. They have a picture of the part number on it. Going down. Some of them are just like wheels and axles. That's obviously more than one part. Same with miscellaneous. But in general, it's one part per tub. Here's one of my display cabinets. Okay, here was the main wall I started with. It's a lot of little drawers. These are all the Black & Decker drawers. I got these at Menards. And again, the custom labels that I created that have part number, name, and picture on them. The color coding is just a code I came up with by category, just to add a little bit of color. I looked at all the different labels that existed online. They're all just so boring. So I made my own. I'm currently sorting. As you can see, a big tub right there. I've got pieces sorted that I'm categorizing now. Then here's another collection of drawers. Again, you can see the labels. Okay, and then finally this last wall, well, here's some of my shelves with some of my builds. And then my last bit of drawers right here. Found these on Amazon. I just wanted something a little bit bigger than the Black & Decker drawers, so all these were a little bit bigger, but again, same labels. They hold a little bit more than those Black & Decker drawers do. So what I do when I want to identify a brick and find the right spot for it is I go to this website, and upload it, and it identifies it. And I get the part number. This is 4032. It's a plate round 2x2 with axle hole. So as you can see, I've got quite a few Lego. I've got lots of different storage for them that's kind of grown over the last year. Some I had already, some I purchased, so it's not uniform. It's just kind of what I had. And as I'm still acquiring Lego, primarily through bulk buys, I'm moving pieces around as they outgrow the drawers. So some pieces will start in a small drawer, then I have to upgrade to a medium, then to a large, and I'm always kind of shifting things around. So it got increasingly difficult to not only remember where everything was, but keep track of where everything was. As I'm sorting, I found myself spending more time just scanning drawers saying, where is this piece, where is this piece? And again, in a perfect world, I'd have them all categorized and organized, or maybe even incrementally sorted by part number, but that just doesn't work because I don't always know how many of what piece I'm going to have. And so I came up with this application to help me track that. So I don't really have a name for it. Lego Storage, I call it. So it's got three interfaces here: search, blueprints, and room layout. So let's start with blueprints. Let's start with blueprints first. So this is where I identify what kind of storage I have. So the word I'm using is a cabinet. A cabinet here is basically just anything that holds drawers or tubs. So you start off by naming one, giving it a width and height in inches, and then creates the cabinet type. So I did this. Let's scroll down here to one of these. Okay, so I have, that's a funny one. Let's do these. Here we go. So this is the kind of the standard Sterilite plastic. It is, I call it plastic wide, because it's 3 drawers. It is 10.5 inches by 9.5 inches. And then you can see I identified the dimensions of each drawer. So each drawer is 10.5 inches wide and 3.5 inches tall. And that's drawer 1, 2, and 3. So I did this with all the different storage I had. And then once the blueprints are all in, I can go to room layout, and I identified the 4 walls here, northwest, southwest, because my room isn't exactly on the cardinal directions. And then I can place the cabinets on the wall. So I pick a wall here, and then I selected the drop-down, gives me all of the defined cabinets in the blueprint section, and I do that and I can place them. So I've done this already. So this is my northwest wall right here, which is just the table I'm sitting at. And it has all the different this is the clear plastic storage on it. So if I can drag these around, I'm going to put it back where it was, and it automatically updates, stores it in a database. And then if I click Manage, here's the contents of that cabinet. So this cabinet has 4 drawers as defined in the blueprints section. And I click on each one of these and I identify the part number that's stored there and then just what color. I could flesh these out a little bit more. These are just sort of the most common Lego colors. Obviously, it's not indicative of what color the part is because I don't sort by color. I sort by type. But it's just basically to give it a little bit color and to show it on the interface a little bit better. So I went through my entire inventory and I identified which drawer was where. And then if I change things, I just have to go back into this interface and change it. So if I decide that I have too many skis, this is, helicopter skid rails. If I decide I have too many of those that won't fit in this drawer, I got to upgrade. I'll come in here and I'll just blank this out and save it, and then there's nothing in here. So now that I know this 30248, I can go back to search and locate. I can search by that part, and it found it. I click on it, and it says, there you are on the northwest wall. It's in that drawer right there. I can also search on things like keywords, like Technic. Here's all the Technic pieces. So if I don't know the exact part number for a piece I'm looking for, I'm just like, oh yeah, the 1x2s, where are those on the northwest wall? It's in that drawer right there.